Today we're off the boat, but we're not through being a tourist yet. Before we go to the airport, we decided to tour San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's one of the old Spanish forts.
We have here our beautiful Puerto Rican beach. Now we're coming up on the Rum Distillery. That's where they make that Bacardi 151 for all you rum drinkers. Now at the Bacardi Rum Distillery. Been drinking it a long time. Now I know where they make it.
Completely natural process. No heat has been applied to any of those tanks, although the content of the one that is open seems to be boiling. We have 20 fermenter tanks. Each has a capacity for 50,000 gallons of the process. The reason carbonated drinks, dry ice, and fire extinguishers. You see, nothing is wasted. As soon as you finish seeing those tanks, you may step down and I'll explain to you on this panel how we make rum.
There's the nutrients, there's the water.
Okay? To make rum, the first thing we need is just sugar cane. sugar cane is taken to sugar mills. What they do at the sugar mills is that they squeeze the juice out of the sugar cane. Then they boil it. What takes part in the process of centrifugation later on becomes sugar. But what is left from this process is a byproduct, the very dark, heavy syrup, blackstrap molasses, which is also our main ingredient in the making of rum. Molasses are brought to our distillery. Bacardi does not own any sugar cane field. We buy molasses from some companies here in Puerto Rico, but the majority comes from the Dominican Republic. Once they get here, we dilute them with distilled water because fermentation won't take place on pure molasses. The fermentation process starts in our lab, where we have a test tube half filled with a nutrient to which a pinpoint of our own special strain of yeast is added. We move this mixture to a gallon container and we leave it incubating approximately 24 hours. During those 24 hours, the yeast consumes the sugar of the molasses and converts it into alcohol. We may be adding diluted molasses in larger tanks until getting to our fermenter tanks, the ones you saw before. It takes approximately from 38 to 40 hours, sometimes even less, to ferment a tank full. It's containing 50,000 gallons of diluted molasses. Once the fermentation process is over, what we obtain is called wine or spirits of alcohol. Why? Because it's low content of alcohol, from 10 to 12% only. The rest are salt, minerals, and impurities. Well, since we're only interested in the alcohol, right? We need to distill the content of these tanks in these distilling columns. This is called a fractional distillation because it goes by in steps. We apply steam to the bottom of each column, vapors rise, they cool off at the condensers and they change back into liquid alcohol. At the beer still column, we separate the water from the alcohol because they boil at different temperatures. Aldehydes, butyl oil, these are impurities left in the wine of the fermentation that if we don't take them out properly, those are the ones that give us a lot of headaches. At the last column, which is the purifying column, almost all the impurities that distillate may still have are removed. The product here after the distillation is highly concentrated, completely colorless, and it's only 20% of the 50,000 gallons we started with. It's at this moment 188 proof, almost pure alcohol, 94% alcohol. Since it is too strong for consumption, we dilute it once more with distilled water in this tank, and we lower the proof this time to 160 proof. It means that now it's 80% alcohol, and now it's also ready for the aging. We put the rum in white oak barrels, which we buy from whiskey and bourbon companies in Kentucky and Tennessee. They only use those barrels once. We don't. We can reuse them and they last at least 10 years. We age our rums depending on the kind we're going to make. Light rum is aged 1 year. Dark rums are aged from 1 to 3 years. We have brands like Añejo, Gold Reserve. These are blended rums. Añejo is a blend of rums aged 6 or more years. Gold Reserve is a blend of rums aged 4, 5, and 6 years. When this aging process is over, the rum is dumped into the rum processing tank. Here, once more, after the last time, the proof of the rums is lowered. 80 proof, which is 40% alcohol, or to 151 proof. This is a bottle of alcohol we sell, which has the same name, 151, which is 75% alcohol. Very strong, and we always advise you to mix it. Also, blendings of such rums like Añejo, Gold Reserve, are made in these last tanks. A sample is then taken to our quality control laboratory where the color, the proof, consistency, flavor of our rums are tested, and if everything is alright, they're taken to our bottling plant, where our rums are bottled, packed, and set apart. Shift your homes to start apart. Our distillery works 24 hours a day, 3 shifts. and we distill over 100,000 gallons of rum daily. But not the finished product, the one that comes out of the last distilling column, which is 188 proof. Now, do you have any questions? Back in 1966 by and Ronald Millar from New York City. Everything you see on the wall has been hand-painted. It's a three-dimensional French technique known as pull-the-eye. At the center, you can see the Bacardi family tree. The Bacardi family tree is not updated. There has been no names included since the year 1966. Facundo Bacardi Rum, the founder, established the company back in 1862 in Santiago, Cuba. Mr. Bacardi was born. I'm sure that if you drink Bacardi, that you have noticed that on all the bottles of Bacardi, there is an emblem of that, our trademark or logo. And of course you'll be wondering, why that? This is one of the reasons why. This year, the first warehouse for Mr. Bacardi started making rum. He bought it from a friend that he had been close for many, many years. When he opened the warehouse for the first time, there was a colony of bats housing under the heat. He got rid of the bats and started making rum. The years went by. Nassau, Bermuda, Martinique, Mexico, Martinique, Spain, Canada, Trinidad, Germany. These last they have four sons. They all had the first fighting over. Yeah. The thing that we left here, we just always keep. There's a girl.
We are now in Newtown, Puerto Rico. 5 minutes away from the airport. In about another hour, we'll be on our way home. Vacation will be over. Yep, they even have a Burger King down here.